Opponents and supporters alike remarked on the evangelist's use of print to promote his work. In early 1740, the anti-revivalist Timothy Cutler, an Anglican minister in Boston, complained in a letter to the Bishop of London that Whitefield's journals, sermons, and pamphlets are reprinted and eagerly bought here, adding that the enthusiastic notions were very much kindled and propagated by his writings, dispersed everywhere. 6 months after the evangelist's departure from New England in October 1740, Cutler lamented that the ill effects of Mr. Whitefield's visit might to some measure have worn off could we have been preserved from his writings, and those of his converts and followers, now spread all over our country. As a tribute to Whitefield's success in employing print to disseminate his message, Cutler requested a shipment of orthodox books to neutralize enthusiastic influence. The religious revivals that gripped most of America during the itineraries of George Whitefield marked the height of the Great Awakening of vital piety, so often anticipated but not previously achieved during the first 3 decades of 18th century colonial history. George Whitefield made 7 trips to America during his lifetime, but the great intercolonial revivals appeared most obviously during his second journey through the North American colonies from 1739 to 1741. During this preaching tour, for example, 20,000 people trampled Boston Common to hear him, while 15,000 gathered on Society Hill in Philadelphia, and normally indifferent Charleston, South Carolina, erupted in a numerically undefined but nonetheless intense fit of spiritual fervor. Evidence of his 6 other American visits suggests that Whitefield never duplicated the intercolonial revivals of 1739 to 1740. In the mid-18th century Anglo-American world, George Whitefield enjoyed immense power and standing, especially among evangelicals. His preaching triggered religious revivals on both sides of the Atlantic. After his graduation from Pembroke College, Oxford, in 1736, until his death at Newburyport, Massachusetts in 1770, Whitefield preached an estimated 18,000 sermons to hundreds of thousands of men and women throughout Britain and the American colonies. Contemporaries and historians alike have acknowledged Whitefield as a man who had tremendous, though ill-defined, impact on colonial society. Scholars have offered a variety of interpretations. Some have viewed Whitefield as a bit player in a series of local revivals of little lasting significance. Others have cast him as leader of a transatlantic evangelical movement that altered religious and political authority. Most scholars of the Great Awakening, the American phase of the revivals, have noted, almost in passing, Whitefield's appropriation of commercial means for publicity. There has been little analysis of how he and his associates organized, publicized, and funded the revivals. While a great deal is known about the revivalist message and oratorical skills, we know little about how they promoted their preaching services and how they attracted crowds numbering in the tens of thousands. Whitefield was a pioneer in the commercialization of religion, discovering within the market the very strategies and language to attack excesses.